Hey everyone, it's Enjoy English School! Yo, it's page 18 and 19 today. It is March 7th, and we're on day 2 of our Spotlight on Taiwan. And our article today is called Building Better Animal Shelters.
那我们今天3月7号18、19页呢，我们要接续昨天的主题，友善毛孩，然后领养代替购买。
And our subtitle today is How Animal Shelters in Taiwan are making adoption easier.
那我们的子标题也是一样的哦，就是我们台湾的动物收容所要如何让领养更加容易呢？
There is a popular saying for animal shelters in English, and that is adopt, don't shop. So we want to, was it 代养不要？
领养代替购买。
领养，对， thank you, I forgot.
Adopt, don't shop. Hey.
Take care of the animal and, you don't have to pay for it, which is a really good idea, right? There are lots of good animals that need a home, and we both have our stray cats, and we hope you do too. Today is a good article where we want to get on our soapbox. So when we get on our soapbox, we're going to tell you our opinion. 我们就是发表我们的看法. There are some strong opinions in this one, so get ready. Let's hear our story, and when we come back, we got paragraph 1.
Building better animal shelters. When getting a new pet, don't buy one from a pet store. Instead, adopt one from an animal shelter. There are many reasons why this is better. The most obvious one is that you will improve an animal's life. Even though animal shelters in Taiwan don't kill animals anymore, the animal will live a more joyful life in your loving home. Second, many shelters are full, so they need people to adopt more pets. Third, the staff at animal shelters are very helpful. They know the personalities of the pets, so they can help you choose the perfect one. If you buy a pet from a pet store, it's likely that puppy and kitten mills will benefit. These are places that produce baby animals just like products. The parents are usually kept in small cages and made to produce as many babies as possible. What's more, pets from pet stores are usually much more expensive than adopted ones. The former may cost tens of thousands of Taiwanese dollars depending on the breed, while the latter can cost just a few hundred. Do the right thing and adopt your next pet.
All right, before we begin paragraph 1, I wanted to say this yesterday, but I forgot. So let's say it right away. If you want to study overseas or study abroad in universities in America or Canada, England, New Zealand, Australia, whatever, they really, really like when young people volunteer and help other people.
This is true.
And they really like when you help at animal shelters too. So if maybe you don't want to volunteer with people, you can volunteer with animal shelters and you'll do a lot of cleaning, but you spend a lot of time with these animals, and it's a really nice thing to do, and it's a really big help for you if you want to study abroad. So if you're thinking about it, 赶快开始, because if you do it for 2 months,
太明显了。
That's right. You need to be there for a while.
所以老师说了，如果你未来想要去欧美啊，或者是想要出国念书，那你的这个 volunteering service， 你的这种社区公共服务的记录，它其实是一个非常好的加分。所以如果你有这样子的计划的话，欢迎大家赶快去这个动物收容所来当志工一下。
Also, if you're a person that wants a pet, but maybe your mom and dad don't let you have one, when you volunteer or help at an animal shelter, you can't give a pet their forever home, but you make their time at the shelter much better. I will say when I volunteered at shelters like those cats, man, did they like being around us. They were happy to come out of their cages and they're just, they're in such good moods. So it's a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, 所以你平常的休闲娱乐也可以啊。如果你想要养动物，但是你还不确定自己有没有能力，那你就可以也去这些收容所，然后先去跟动物相处看看。
That's a really good fact too, because maybe it's right now I just want a cat or something or a dog, but if you volunteer for 6 months, you're
Or maybe you were fine, like you're Mr. Right.
That's exactly what my next thought.
Exactly.
So I saw this video. This girl like volunteered at like a shelter for like 2 years, and this dog like nobody adopted it, and she loved this dog. And like I'm gonna cry talking about it. Her dad like got the dog for her, and then like showed it to her. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. We gotta stop talking. I know. Like I love animals, and so like he adopted the dog for her. And she's like a crying mess. Like I'm about to cry, so we're gonna move on. Do you want to translate that or sorry.
对，老师他哽咽，他讲到哽咽，就是有一个故事是这样子哦，就是他的小孩想要养动物，然后爸爸去帮他去。
Yeah, she really loved this dog, and no one adopted it, and then Dad helped her. Okay, next sentence. Let's go.
男儿泪。
When getting a new pet, don't buy one from a pet store. Instead, adopt one from an animal shelter.
所以当你要养一只动物的时候呢，不要从宠物店购买哦。取而代之的做法呢，是你要从动物收容所来领养。
Adopt, don't shop. Now, when we say instead, 很麻烦欸 because 有 instead 还有 instead of. 如果我们说 instead, 那个下一个事情你要做，so instead 你画一个箭头，赶快写要做。So you don't forget this. Instead of 后是不要的。
对，所以 instead， 当你看到文章有 instead 这个字的时候，接下来我们要讲的事情就是我们希望你做的。
So I don't have the best way to teach this. You know what? Here, you tell me if this is good because I thought of this recently. When we have instead of means 不要, but instead means 要. Right?
That's good.
Does that help?
That's good.
It's really hard. I can't think of a good way to teach this. Instead of 不要, instead 要. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'll try to use that word. Okay.
Yeah.
Adopt one from an animal shelter. All right, next sentence. There are many reasons why this is better.
好，那instead 我们刚刚 instead 是取而代之嘛，那做法就是你要从收容所领养。那后面这一句呢 ，There are many reasons why this is better。这样子呢，做的方法好的原因有很多。那我们先讲了这句话之后，下面再来提供一些其他的例子。
Now this is not your reason, so we're just going to say there are. 不是 I have a lot of reasons. That's right. In general, you know, my wife actually doesn't even like me to look at animals in pet stores, like a mouse or something, because she knows me. I'm going to be like, it's so cute. Like, I'll be so excited looking at the mice or something. And she says, no, because other people will look. We don't want them to buy. We want them to adopt. Because she knows me. I'll just be like and be really excited to see them. So my wife has very strong opinions about this.
看来是的。
The most obvious one is that you will improve an animal's life.
那众多的原因之中，最明显的、最 obvious 的这一点，就是你可以改善一只动物的生活。
Obvious, 超好用的字. You should know this. Obviously. And obvious one is an obvious reason. So 赶快写下来 reason. Also the word improve. 这个 o 发长双 o. Ooh, like moon. Improve. 不是 improve. Let's go to our next sentence. Even though animal shelters in Taiwan don't kill animals anymore, the animal will live a more joyful life in your loving home.
那 even 这边就是虽然嘛，对不对？所以 even though 虽然台湾的这个动物收容所不再扑杀动物了，但是住在你充满爱的家中，动物会更开心的。
Okay, when we see the word anymore, 你马上写下来。Before yes, now no.
哦，所以以前是 yes， 现在是 no， 就不在。
That's right. Before yes, now no. So anymore. 之前我有做，但现在再没有。
再也没有了。
Let's go to our next sentence. Second, many shelters are full, so they need people to adopt more pets.
所以这边的 second 其实就是 second reason， 第二个原因哦。很多的动物收容所其实都已经满了，所以他们需要更多的人来领养更多的动物。
So there are problems with no-kill shelters. We don't want to see these animals killed just because, like, they were here 3 months. Okay, kill the animal. Like
12 days.
Yeah, it's really short in some places. Crazy short. And that's really not fair because like that animal did not really have a chance.
They deserve more.
That's right. But when you have a no-kill shelter, there is a different problem.
Yes.
The other problem is if they're full because they don't kill animals, there's a lot more strays on the street. So it's a tough situation. all of the answers are bad. What is it? A no-win situation.
Yeah, 一个双输的状况
Yeah.
No wins.
Difficult. All right, let's continue. Third, the staff at animal shelters are very helpful.
所以第三个原因呢，是在动物收容所的员工都非常给力 very helpful.
这个 joyful and helpful, J-W-F-U-L, these are
形容词
adjectives. That's right. 常常你可以翻过来到 less, L-E-S-S, 发 less, short I. Okay, so joyless. Helpless 没有意思 but 小心 They know the personalities of the pets, so they can help you choose the perfect one.
那他们知道动物的个性哦，所以他可以帮你挑选一只最适合你最好的。
You know what I always tell people when they're looking for cats is don't get one, because you're gonna feel you wish the cat had a friend, and you get another cat, and it's like I hate this cat, and the cats fight. So you ask for what's called a bonded pair, and bonded pairs. Like cats normally don't like other cats, but when they're bonded pairs, they are such good friends. It is it's the cutest thing you've ever seen. I have 9 cats and I have 1 bonded pair, and they're such good friends.
Only one bonded pair?
Yeah, well, because they're all strays, so we'd get them, and then we got these bonded pair. We actually had a whole family. And then we adopted 2 out, but they had to go together because they were bonded, and we did not want them to separate. So it's very hard for us to find a house for them. And so at night, like the brother is sleeping here, I take him to his sister, put him down. Brother, sister, they start kissing and cleaning. It's so cute.
Bonding pair 那个 B-O-N-D-I-N-G bonding
E-D 这位 B-O-N-D-E-D bonded pair.
Bonded pair 对，所以它这个 bonded 意思就是说他们合得来的意思，麻吉的意思。
Yeah, so ask for a bonded pair. All right, with that, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we got more story. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 18 and 19, and we're talking about building better animal shelters. And again, this is a good story where we get on our soapbox. So we're going to share some opinions here from our author here about pet adoption. And let's look at our second paragraph. If you buy a pet from a pet store, it's likely that puppy and kitten mills will benefit.
他说，如果你从宠物店买动物，那可能获利的呢，就是这个幼犬或幼猫的 mill， 就是繁殖场。
So when we benefit, we can see that B-E-N-E. That's actually Latin and Italian for good. So when you see benefit, you kind of guess there's something good happening.
Something good.
Yeah. Benny, you'll see in a lot of words there.
Yeah.
Now, a mill, it's a factory, but it actually is a place where you want to grind things down.
Like windmill 就是那个
You grind out the wind.
风力发电那个转的嘛。
So mill is a place where you grind corn or grain, wheat, rice down into powders to cook with. Right. So it sounds really terrible, right?
好可怕。
Now, but milling is very hard work. And I mean, as a mom that being a mom is very hard, and giving birth was probably not easy.
Yes.
So if you're a puppy mill or a kitten mill, it means you're grinding out
Puppies and kittens.
And that's not so good. That's not a great thing.
No.
Let's continue. These are places that produce baby animals just like products.
那这些地方繁殖这些动物宝宝，就是跟他们在做产品一样。
So you need your pen here. We gotta say these. That's exactly right. Produce is the verb D-R-G-N-G. Draw the line on the second syllable. Deuce. The noun is product. It's the P-R-O first syllable. Okay? Let's continue. The parents are usually kept in small cages and made to produce as many babies as possible.
听起来就很可怜哦。这个 parents 指的当然就是这些小狗小猫的父母哦，通常被放在很狭小的笼子里面，然后被迫尽可能的越快生越多宝宝越好，这样子。
I did an interview and they asked, the boss asked me, he knew, he's like, oh, so, who are you like? They want to know. And I told him, I really love cats and I help with cat cat adoption, etc., etc. He's like, oh, I know a guy that loves cats too, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, do you want to meet him? Sure. And he's like, yeah, this guy, he has like a kitten mill. And I'm like, ice cold. And I'm in the interview and I'm trying not to kill the job, but I'm like, oh, hey, it's really nice to meet you. Oh,
Why did you do this?
Yeah. I think he didn't understand that we really wouldn't fit together.
Yeah, that's not like loving animal, different level, right?
I mean, you're trying to make profit off it, right? So, all right, let's continue here. What's more, pets from pet stores are usually much more expensive than adopted ones. I can't think of a place where an adopted cat is more expensive than a pet store cat. This is impossible.
So what's more 就是更多的是哦，有甚者，宠物店的宠物通常比领养的还要贵哦。当然呢
Of course, like if you now when you adopt a cat from an animal shelter, you have to pay a fee because the animal shelter has to pay for food, has to pay for water, has to pay for cleaning, has to pay for electricity and heat and all of these things. But also, if you don't pay anything, then people will just grab any animal and they're going to do a bad job. So that money actually, in English, would say you put skin in the game. When you put skin in the game, that means you could lose something.
So you put skin in the game, that means you take responsibility.
That's
你才会痛嘛，对不对？
That's right. If you're playing a really physical game like American football and you hit someone, you could get really hurt yourself. So you need to think carefully before you do something. You put skin in the game.
很不错哎，就是在这个游戏，在这个环节里面，把你的皮肤放进去，
Yeah.
就会感觉到痛。
Yeah, it would really hurt, wouldn't it, right? And so that money is supposed to hurt a little bit, supposed to scare away people a little bit. Let's continue to our next sentence here. The former, that means before, the first,
前者
may cost tens of thousands of Taiwanese dollars depending on the breed.
那前者我们刚刚讲的前者就是宠物店嘛，根据不同的 breed 的品种，可能会花上几 tens of thousands of， 就是可能从几百啊、几千、几万块台币这样。
几万块, yeah, it could be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Now, your breed of animal is your kind. To breed is also a verb, but it means to make babies, but it
breed,
sounds...
繁殖.
That's right. Now, it's for animals. We don't really talk about people breeding.
I breed a...
Doesn't that sound way worse? It's in English, it sounds way worse for
太奇怪
because this feels like an animal
中文也
breeding.
一样啊，我生宝宝跟我繁殖宝宝听起来很不一样，好吗？
Now, you would breed like cattle, cows, or sheep,
小
or
牛
pigs. That's right, because you want to make more for your farm. So you would need to breed them. We don't breed
繁殖
humans. That sounds...
Yeah.
Don't say that, okay?
Humans got the privilege.
Also, Taiwanese, depending on the breed, 逗号我们还没有说完. So I
Yes.
thought that was
While?
a period. I'm sorry. While the latter, the second, can cost just a few hundred.
所以那个 ladder 这个字啊，它是代表后者，也就是我们后面讲到的这个 shelter 的部分呢。所以如果后者去 shelter 的话，你只要花几百块。
Yeah, I think in America it's like $50. So it's a little bit less than 2,000 NT, which feels like a lot, but it's not too much. Like you could find $50 if you really wanted a cat or a dog. Do the right thing and adopt your next pet.
所以做正确的决定，然后再去领养你的下一只宠物吧。
Okay, so brief story before we go to vocab review. In 1824, there was this guy, Henry Burr, and he wants to help dogs. And everyone thinks he is the biggest jerk. They laugh and make fun of him in newspapers. They call him this ridiculous person. Like, why do you care about street dogs?
所以在1824年的时候，有一个 Henry 这个人呢，他就是开始提倡说他们要帮这个动物，但是大家都觉得你这个混蛋，你为什么你要帮这些动物干嘛？这样
That's right. Why are you so soft? Why are you caring about this animal? Animals don't think. Animals don't have feelings.
以前的人觉得动物不会想，动物没有感觉，所以他觉得这个男人很 soft。说一个男人 soft 是很糟糕的事。
I think this is a really strange thing.
Yeah.
Now, today, we obviously don't think that. Like,
Yeah.
of course, we're happy animal shelters are there. Of course, we're happy people are kind to animals. If we saw a person doing something bad to an animal, wouldn't you feel angry?
当然会啊。
So I think my point here is sometimes you're going to say or feel something that people don't agree with. That's okay. If you are doing the right thing, maybe today people won't agree with you. Maybe they're going to say nasty things about you. But you want to, in English, say stick to your guns. You want to stay true to your beliefs, and maybe in the future people will believe you.
所以如果你应该中文可以直接翻译成择善固执，
Yeah.
选择善的，选择你相信的，然后去just stick to it， 就是
Do the right thing.
Yeah， 去做。
If you know it's the right thing and everyone else is laughing at you about it, who cares? You're right. With that, let's take a break and go to vocab review. Okay, friends, it's time for vocab review, and our first word is really obvious. It's obvious.
就代表说它是明显的
超
obvious。
好用耶. You should know the words like specific and obvious. You can use them all the time. Number 2, joyful.
Joyful 就代表很喜悦的、很开心的，就叫 joyful。
Animal shelters that are joyful adopt more animals. Number 3, staff.
Staff 就是工作人员的意思，
They're workers. That's right.
Yeah.
Staff is uncountable. 接下来不可数。
不可数，所以不要再讲 staff 死咯。
Staff assistants. Number 4, to benefit.
Benefit 意思就是获利，这边我们当动词来使用。
The noun is the same word, a benefit. Number 5, this is the verb. So this is a little hard if you don't know if this is a noun or a verb. This is to produce. 第二个音节写下来。
动词我们念 produce， 重音在第二音节，代表生产的意思。
And the noun is
Produce.
That's right. Be careful. Produce is like fruit and vegetables.
对，那如果产品的话，我们用 product， 但是 produce 如果我们把重音改到第一音节的话，那代表的是农产品。
I think I forgot to say that in the story.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
did I
okay.
really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right. Number 6, a cage.
CAG cage 它是代表笼子的意思。
Cage, that G is a J, 写下来. Number 7, depending on.
Depending on 就是代表说你要依据根据，就叫 depending on。注意那个 on 是一定是 on， 不会有其他的介系词哦。
而且介系之后要加 noun and gerund, V-I-N-G. And number 8 is a noun, a breed.
这边的 breed 当作是名词，代表品种的意思。当然，我们刚刚也有讲过 breed 可以当动词，是繁殖的意思。
繁殖. All right, thank you. I'll remember that until about 10 minutes. With that, we're done at Enjoy English School.
Oh.
My name's Chris Gorski.
My name is Minnie.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.